There we go. Hey, folks, it's Price is Wrong from Battle Vortex. We got a nice little panel here. We're pretty much going to be talking about Forsaken Arena tournament today. So I'm kind of the only arbiter. I know Nash and Liam both got people pulling them around by their short hairs, so they're not going to be on here today. And so it's just me.
Price?
Yes.
It still says raw fare.
No, it says live on my screen.
Really says off air on mine.
Live here.
Yeah, mine says live. Yeah, it says live.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, should be working, and I guess I think. All right. I think for the most part, we've kind of went through here. I think and tested everybody. I think everybody on here is working. Yeah. Now I'm watching the YouTube stream. The YouTube stream's working too. So.
Yeah, mine Lee just kicked me from the call and then brought me back in.
All right. Well, anyway, I guess pretty much we're primarily going to be talking about Forsaken Arena tournament tonight. I really wanted to talk to everybody and find out about your sets. I wanted to find out about, what successes you're having in the arena. What if you have any kind of fleet builds that you're using that you don't mind sharing, and then maybe we can even talk about Warbird builds and see if anybody's got any ideas what they wanted to do for the Warbirds, and then after that we could probably do a little open mic or whatever. So I know we got Extreme in here that's right next to me, all the way on the far left side of the screen is Extreme XC29. A lot of people know him. He's been doing Battle Pirate blogs for a couple of years, and he streams on Twitch TV /Extreme XC29, and looks like we're having people might be having a couple issues. I know Nick Pledge was just on here. Maybe he'll be back here momentarily, but a lot of people know. There he is. He's back. All right, great. Krister, this is your first roundtable?
Yeah, it is.
Tell us about yourself. What level are you? Are you like a high-end coiner, non-coiner, or...
I'm level 69. I've been playing since 2011. And I was a coiner before, but not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, that's cool. I guess next to him, let me see here. Oh, I'm looking at the YouTube screen is what I'm looking at, and it looks like I think the little squares might be moving around. So
yeah.
I know I just did Krister, but Victoria is in here. I kind of recognize that picture. If I'm not mistaken, is that Tezza?
Yeah, mate, it's Tezza.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't think anybody else would be sporting your picture, man.
Yeah, no, that's me, mate. Victoria's my wife. We both have a Victoria wife, as you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess we got that.
It's just the Google thing I logged into when I hit the join thing. So I just had to change the picture. And
all right. Well, I know who Tezza is. Tezza's been on here before.
Yeah, mate.
And then next to him we got I'm sorry. That's Toxic is next. How you doing, Toxic?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks.
Tell us about yourself, bud.
Well, I'm a level 80. I've been playing since the first raid after Base Invaders, and I coin about between 50 and 100 a month.
Wow. All right. We promised not to tell. And I don't know if you got like any spouses or anything like that needs to not know that, but we'll try to keep your secret. Rich.
She's in control of the finances.
Oh, she's gonna. Okay. So you don't have to hide it to spend that kind of money, or what?
Nah.
Dang.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I heard that, man. Rich, tell us about yourself, buddy.
I'm a level 59. I'm Freebird THB in game.
Oh, okay.
I started almost at the beginning, but I stopped after about the 4th raid and started back last July, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. Not very many fleets built.
Alrighty. Well, I see next to him, Nick is back. We probably ought to get to him before he crashes out again. Nick actually runs.
Again.
Yeah, you run BP Online, right? And that's your page, Nick?
Yeah, BP Online on Facebook. But yeah, I'm a level 74. I don't know, moderate coin. I don't know really what that term means, but yeah.
Well, I know
me.
you're a big fan of the game because I mean, obviously, to do BP online, you got to be a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I've played it since 2011, probably early 2012, and yeah, since then I've just fell in love. All of my workmates were playing it. I was like, well, I don't get what this is. I played it, fell in love, and I'm actually as addicted now as I was back then. So even with all the BS going on, I still like it.
Well, I know we already covered Krister. The guy next to him is Joel. Everybody knows Joel.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we have Horatio. I don't even mean to call you Horatio Hornblower. I know that's who he is on Facebook, but I guess it's just Horatio in the game.
The name was too long.
Yeah, you could make it all fit in the game.
I wanted to hide my fleet under my base, and with that long name,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But I'm a level 78, I think. Been playing since 2011. I'm not a big coiner. I think I bought around 3,000 coins in the 4 years I've played. My alliance is the Royal Navy, and I'm the leader.
Huh?
And I'm from Norway. And it's midnight here.
And next to him, we got Evil Kiwi. How you doing, Evil Kiwi? Good to see you again.
Hey, Price, how's it going?
Yeah, I know you joined us on the after show on Thursday.
Yes, I did.
And I know you're a filthy coiner, but I don't know if everybody else knows you're a filthy coiner. You want to tell us about yourself? Or you're like, what, a level 80 or something like that, aren't you?
Level 82. I've just gone to level 82. Been playing 2.5 years now, so. And as I told you the other night, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've put about $1,500 into this, just to build some fleets.
Well, how's your? I guess I'll just start with you, and then we'll just roll it on. Like you're doing the Forsaken Arena tournament, I know, because I think we saw you playing on Thursday night in the after show. How are you doing so far in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
I'm ranked. Well, I was ranked up to number 2, but a couple of the guys have really stuck in. I can't understand. Like, I've been playing, 18, 19 hours a day, and like they haven't been playing, but they keep catching me and overtaking me. So I can't understand.
Wow. Yeah, and you've been streaking pretty well too, right? I mean, you've gotten a pretty high kill streak. What was your best kill streak so far?
42.
42.
I think
pretty awesome. My best is 14, so you definitely doing a lot better than me. Of course, I haven't been putting nowhere near your time in either. If I've been doing maybe 5 hours or something like that so far a day, but
well,
yeah,
I'm off
5 hours a day.
Well, I'm off work at the moment with a pinched nerve in my back, so I'm not allowed to walk around or do anything. So I come on, I'll go and lay down for half an hour, and then get back up to keep playing because it's just so sore.
Well, I guess, and you've been having a lot of success with the V2H fleet, correct? With a Frosty lead.
Yes.
And that's primarily what you use.
Yeah, that was the one that I was using on Thursday when I was on the Roundtable on the after talk, and I was showing you. And I was up to 24 wins or something when we finished that.
Yeah.
But I just carried that on and got up. It got up to 42, but the highest lately has only been about 18 to 20. And then someone just seems to come on and flatten me.
Do you use a lot of crews, rogue crews, or what kind of tactics do you use? I mean, crews or missiles or anything like that? Do you have like a missile you keep on standby or anything like that, or?
I usually use a pinch. It's only like a 8-second pinch, which is like 4 coins to instantly make. But I use the bullseye mostly. But as I showed you the other night, I was using that doggy. That I actually spun another 2.
Yeah, skullduggery. Yeah.
Yeah, crew, and was spinning them up quite nicely. I got another 2, and I've used those. I've actually still got another one sitting there that I've just not long come off playing again, but it's 30 coins to reactivate it. But hey,
Yeah, it sounds like it's worth it though.
Yeah, I'm between. I just want to be in the top 10, so I get the 4 warships. So
Gotcha.
hey.
Well, I guess Horatio, are you doing the Forsaken Arena tournament at all, or?
I've done 2 or 3 matches, but I don't have that much uranium, so
So you've been taking it easy.
I've been taking this and thought I was just going to skip it because I already have 8 Atlas carriers built. I have 8 Holox Atlas carriers that I can build, and going for the Warbird carrier didn't seem that important at the moment.
How about you, Joel? What are you doing?
I am doing the tournament. I am currently ranked 35th.
35th place. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What kind of tactics, or what's your fleet preference? Are you playing around with different fleet?
No.
No.
No, I usually try to stick to one main fleet.
What kind, if you don't mind me asking?
Mostly my guard.
Well, tell me what boats are in there.
My Enforcer, which is loaded with 12 D92 D104Ns, a Hammerhead Anti, and a Subsonic Arb, and then I put 2 missile cruisers in there.
Wow, and you're doing that good with it, huh?
Yep.
Well, cool. Cool. Do you like, are you using any kind of crews, or are you keeping a rocket on standby, or?
No crew, but I always have a small pinch.
Gotcha. Krister, how are you doing in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
19th place. I'm having a harder time with. I'm a veteran lieutenant, so I got problems with me being the lowest guy in the bracket.
19th place sounds like you're doing pretty good.
9-0. I mean.
Oh, 9-0, 90th.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
it's just an accent thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know if you're in the top 125, are you in the elite bracket or a normal bracket?
I'm in elite.
Well, so 90 will still get you a Warbird.
Yeah, I just found out. So I'm going for one at least.
Yeah.
Number 65 is 3,000 points over me. So I don't have a shot to get there.
Are you using any kind of road crews, or are you keeping a rocket on standby, or?
I'm using medium pinch and salty dogs.
Are you having much luck? Well, salty dogs is just for VXP,
yeah,
double VXP, right?
I'm ranking up my V2H at the same time.
That sounds like.
Yeah, I'm not sure what crew I will be using for missile fleet, so I'm using salty dogs instead.
Well, sounds like it's a good plan. Nick, how are you doing in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
Yeah, well, not all that great. And this is the first one I've done. I didn't really think much of the arena when it first came out. I missed the first couple, and I thought, well, I'll dabble in this. And actually, it's a lot of fun, and I wish I'd taken part in it sooner than I have now. I don't really have many fleets available to me, so I've literally just built my Grimshine, my Grim, so I'm pairing that with my Atlases and swapping that out for a nuclear cruiser where needed. But yeah, I'm okay. I think I'm like 97th. I've not been doing my streak is like 4 until I came up against you earlier on, and then that was lost. So, but yeah, it's fun as long as you've got the uranium. Then yeah, you can take part. So I've just done my Forsaken missions, so that's what I'm using for mine. And once that's done, then I'll take whatever I get.
Yeah, well, you know, I know in a pinch, I mean, I know there's lots of drag bases out there. You know, if you're any good at the drag bases, when you finish it, do a drag base and you finish it, like if you actually 100% it, go well beyond point where it says it's destroyed. If you actually go to 100%, you can actually get about 4,000 uranium. And that's without a crew. You can put a crew on there, obviously, and get double, but I'm not sure I would do that. But just saying it's an option. And so you can always get uranium to play that way. My wife was actually thinking about not doing a retrofit just so she could keep her uranium to do the Forsaken Arena. So, well, Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm 79th place, and I'm in your group, so that's saying a lot. I've got like 5,100 points, which I think in some different groups would warrant a lot better than 79th place. I'm using Phantom with 3 Nighthawks and Piranha 3 drone ARB. Generally, I use a Salty Dog crew to help rank up. At level 59, it only takes 800 uranium to buy your insurance, so that's working out fairly well for me. It's not too bad a deal.
I gotcha. All right. Well, Toxic, how are you doing in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
Well, I've really started yesterday for the first time. I don't really have a fleet. I've tried my my Frosty with 2 Mastodons and a Jug. That didn't go too well. And now I'm using Nighthawks and the Phantom Nighthawk, and that's sort of gotten a lot better.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what pretty much. Yeah, so I just give having much more success than with that. I know that's pretty much all I'm using is Nighthawks. I know a lot of people out there don't like them, but it's usually the ones that lose to them fairly easily. So.
Yeah, I've seen your stream and thought I'd have to try that out, and yeah, I've cracked the 100 now.
Nice. Awesome. Tezza, how are you doing, bud, in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
Securely within the top 50. Every time I go to sleep, wake up, sort of drop a few places, and win a few battles, and then just stay on top 50. I don't care about getting 4 of them, but 2 would be nice. Using 3 boats, just the Frosty and 2 Mastodons behind it, all with 8 armor, and I win some, I lose some. I don't care.
Gotcha.
And I'm just using uranium to keep it free. And yeah, I'm not really willing to play too much of it. There's too much other crap to do.
Yeah, I understand that. Extreme, how about you in the Forsaken Arena tournament?
I'm actually queuing for a match right now. I get my free repair.
Oh yeah, definitely take advantage of that.
That's about the only time I've ever gone in was the free repair, because every single time I've gone in, I've died immediately.
Oh, ouch. Well, if you win, you also get a road crew. So the first one a day is a road crew, and that doesn't matter if it's tournament or not tournament.
Yeah, but I haven't won a single one. I've only done 2 matches so far, and I'm ranked 153rd.
Well, I have gotten a little bit of hate mail myself from the arena. Quite honestly, I've gotten a little bit of hate mail. I have been streaming pretty much all of my battles, and I'm using pretty much exclusively my Nighthawk fleet, and I'm purchasing the uranium damage protection every time I can, and I do keep a small pinch on standby. I got a pretty good system. I've pretty much beaten just about every kind of fleet out there, I think. At some point, I've managed to beat just about every kind. I've actually beaten like V2H fleets with the Frosty lead. I've beaten them, and just using my subs. And the system that I got that I'm using with my Nighthawks, like if there's a Frosty lead, and I got a bullseye crew on, then I'll just rush the Frosty. I'll target it right away and send about 3 boats at it, and then hold 2 boats back, and those 3 boats usually will kill the Frosty. If I can pull anything back away, then I will. If not, then I'll just kill the rest of the fleet with my remaining 2 Nighthawks. That's pretty much the tactic I've been using. If it's a Viper in there, then I'll do 2. I'll send 2 Nighthawks in to kill the Viper, and then I'll hold 3 back, and I use the remaining 3 to kill the rest. So I've been pretty successful doing that. Every now and then I need to use a pinch, and the sub fights, I haven't lost any sub fights yet, and I've pretty much fought other Nighthawks, Reapers. So I don't know. I've been having a great deal of fun myself. I think I'm currently down to like 44th or 45th place, but I'm kind of in the same boat as a lot of you, I think, where my Nighthawk build is on my Facebook wall if anybody's curious. But anyway, I forgot what I was getting ready to say.
You're in the same boat as all of us, where you
Oh.
probably don't want all 4, but I'm assuming you're just going to go for 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm probably going to end up getting just 2, quite honestly. If I can get 4 to keep somebody else from getting 4, then I'll do it. But really, my current plans, if I were to build a fleet, would only have 2 warbirds in it, and I'm willing to share. I know Horatio was asking earlier, so I just figured I'd go ahead and put together a build and just to get some feedback on it and see what other people thought of it.
Hey, actually, may win this match.
Oh, there you go, man.
Well, I don't have a bullseye brigade because I've been saving all my uranium for cat drive retrofits, and I'm about to get into a fight with Kixeye over that. But no, I was busy. I spent like 5-10 minutes prepping out this one dredge fleet with my Reapers, and would have given me just enough to send to the next level. I retreated out to send in my last fleet, and it blew up.
Mm.
I ended up taking damage. Oh, shit. Oh, he's got a stub there trailing me. I didn't even see that. Oh, bat raster. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't been able to really roll for a bullseye brigade.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've done that a few times, getting a bullseye brigade, and sometimes it takes a few thousand. You know, sometimes I'll end up settling for something other than a bullseye because it's just not coming up. But anyway, the build that I've kind of come up with, the fleet build that I'm kind of come up with, this is like preliminary. I mean, it took me like 5 minutes maybe to put this together, but it's basically just a Frostburn with D5E armor on it. I put assault missiles on here, but obviously, you know, you could probably put whatever kind of missiles you want on there. You just really want it to fit, you know, weight-wise. But I'm just thinking if I can start shooting at subs, if I spot subs with this and I can start shooting them sooner, that's what I'll do. If you have cryo depth charges, you might actually prefer cryo depth charges. I know they don't quite have the range, but you know, obviously you can move some specials around. But you know, this one right here with the Solid Fuel Booster 3, it gets a 96 weapon range. And of course it can detect, it's got the thermal imaging at 90, and I put the agility on there so I have some kind of a pinch or slow resistance to go in this fleet. And but this is something that I just kind of put together real quick. And what would be directly behind the Frostburn interceptors may be the 2 warbird carriers. And the warbird carriers are, I think in my opinion, they're designed specifically for the arena. The fact that, I mean, you can put torpedoes on 8 weapon slots is pretty nuts, but I thought there would be a complete and total waste of the slots because it has the random launch override for your UAVs. Just like with my Harlocks, I think that it would be best to stick with the Hornets because they have the fastest reload time out of all of the UAVs. And so it's the Hornets is what I'm sticking with at this particular point, and I just put 4 on 2 of them. And again, I stick with the evade armor. I probably could have put some compound plate on here, you know, just in case I get in a fight with other UAVs. CP4 armor would probably be pretty good, so maybe I'll make that change. But for the 4 specials, of course I had to have some kind of a defense special. That's why I got the MC3 alloy on there. I have the agility on there for pinch resistance and evade. I've got all the evade armor on there obviously for evade and armor points. And then I put the power cell on there to get my UAVs chaining, and then of course speed system on there so that I can keep the boats kind of mobile. The 2 Nighthawks that I have in here, I just loaded up with assault torpedoes, just like the assault torpedoes I also have on the warbird carriers, and that's really for range and it's got a speed buff on those. So for that same reason, I got that on these 2 Nighthawks. The D2S armor, just in case, you know, I need to be stealthy. The CP4, I'm sorry, I got the battery 4, Nautilus battery 4, the Cat 3. Nautilus battery 3, Cat 3, and speed system 3. So, and I'm kind of thinking that this here should be pretty strong just about against every kind of fleet that I've run into. I think it would be a pretty strong fleet. And, I'm sure there's a lot of really creative people here in the audience that I'm sure could probably take this design and tweak it quite a bit and maybe do a lot better than what, you know, I can think of here just inside of 5 minutes. So, but it's just an idea. And also, I know we were talking about leaderboards. Leaderboards, this is the one that I'm in. This picture right here is actually a couple of hours old. There's a couple other guys here on the panel that I guess are in the same same elite bracket that I'm in. I know basically you can only have 250 people in a set, but I know there's a couple people here in the same set as me. Right now, the guy who's in first place actually has over 60,000. The guy who's in 10th place has over 50,000. Me personally, I'm in like 44th place right now with I can't remember where I'm at. I think I'm about 13,000 or something like that.
Hey, Price.
Yeah.
I'm surprised DS Doom is there because I actually saw him. He was posting on I won't say what alliance, but I think you can probably guess. He was posting ways of doing a new glitch repair, so I left and said fuck you all and disappeared.
Well, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, but I got photos. I took photos just because he put it on a particular page, which was a private page, and then he wasn't far away from my base, and I thought I'll take photos and see what he's actually doing, and yeah, it's something to do with getting someone to like hit your base whilst you're docking or some bullshit like that, but very complicated and not really worth my time. But I can tell you for a fact that he's cheating. I don't know if you can do that with Arena, because you know how it sort of like docks you straight away or whatever. Obviously, uranium you can use, but yeah, bit of a cheater right there. DS Doom.
Yeah, well, we can talk more about that later, I guess. But just figured, I let people know it doesn't look like being in the top 65 is that difficult. Definitely being in that top 125 is a lot less difficult. So a lot of people, I'm sure, will be getting at least one. I don't know if any of you guys actually did a like on the Battle Pirates Facebook page, but they did make a post on there that if you submit a picture or a video, they'll give you 5,000 uranium for it, and but you're also entered to win. You can win about 250 gold and a warbird that way as well. So they're really pushing hard for people to participate in this tournament. So
I think it's definitely worth taking part in just because you get that one free repair anyway. So it doubles you dip your toe into the water, so to speak, to start with. But if you've got, I know on my uranium insurance is like 1,800 uranium for the insurance for the free matches. I thought it was worth just investing the first one just to try it out because I hadn't actually tried it, and it is actually a lot of fun if you can just pair together a mix mash of fleet, see what you can try and do. It's worth doing. But even if you just take part in that one, you're ranked away from 250 straight away, so you're guaranteed something of nothing out of it. So it's definitely worth taking part.
I agree 100% with that, but what does a drug dealer do? They give you the first one free, and then you owe them money all the time. So yeah, that's what kicks out. They're drug dealers for games.
That's very true. I actually made that same analogy at some point. I can't remember. I made that same analogy on one page somewhere a couple of days ago, or within a week ago anyway. But yeah, it's so very, very true. I remember I was like, I called it like things that drug dealers say. I remember there was like a game show back in the 70s here in the United States called like Pyramid or something like that. And I would have been, and that was my reply to that was like things drug dealers say. The first bit is free. But anyway, yeah, that's a very good analogy. But I guess, was there anybody else on here that had anything that they wanted to discuss about the tournament? Were there any kind of questions? I know there's been a few people that were really curious about like the rules and I guess the ranking and the prizes and that kind of thing. I do have my slides on standby if anybody was interested in seeing them. But if everybody on here is fine with it, then we can just move on.
I was just wondering about your build.
Oh, you're talking about what I just showed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just wondering about the combat speed, if the difference was large or not.
And once you asked about that, I went and looked, and I just thought it was like, wow, that's pretty interesting that the Nighthawk and the Warbird carrier, and I guess the Harlock Atlas carrier have very similar combat speeds and stuff. So. That was very neat to see.
But the Frostburn has a very high.
Yeah, it's much higher. Yep.
You don't see that as a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to manage that. But I think a lot of people seem like they're probably getting used to playing that way these days because there's a lot of chores that I use like for example, a decoy sub, you know. And now nowadays you also have mastodons where you pretty much you have to learn to manipulate your fleets. You know, you kind of got to micromanage quite a bit more now than you used to back in the day, you know.
Yeah, I have the opposite problem with my Vanguard because that's so slow. So it always falls behind, but actually I want it in front of the rest of the fleet.
Now, I've just got a quick question here for you, Price.
Yeah.
Now, I've sort of gotten a head rush and designed a Nighthawk fleet. It's normal configuration, but it's got 2 of the bulkhead armors on it. Do you reckon that would do any good in the just for the Forsaken arena? Because you wouldn't want to repair it. It's like 2 days and 9 hours to repair.
That's crazy talk. Yeah, me personally, the bulkhead armor, I mean, while it's great for armor points, you know what I mean? It's really good for armor points. It's bad, which is bad for repair, right? But me personally, you know, I'd probably use the bulkhead and very limited. I don't think I would ever use it on a sub. I would try to stick with my D2S personally because cloaking in a sub is very important. And almost doesn't really matter what you do, you know. And so the extra D2S armor, I understand it doesn't come around very often, the D2S armor, so I don't know if that's why you were considering using that. But, you know.
It was 300. It was just mainly for the Forsaken arena. Because
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to kill 5 of these in one match. No fleet would be able to kill them.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, I thought you said you were watching me in the arena.
The repairs are free. Like they're like it's what is it? It's 15,000 armor points per sub.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That's crazy armor points for a sub for sure.
Gets
You
repaired
wouldn't be
for
able to use
nothing
it
with the
anywhere
insurance.
else. You wouldn't
Yeah.
really be able to use it anywhere else because that's 300% modifier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
no, you
300%
wouldn't.
repair modifier. Yeah, that'd be really insane.
7 hours and 13 minutes repair on the Nighthawk if you just use 1 bulkhead.
Yeah.
And if you use it on a Hellstrike, you get 17 hours repair on each hull.
I was also considering using it for the
would just
Nighthawk
be
fleet,
specific.
or for the Cuda fleet R10, just for the arena. With the insurance at my cost, it seemed like a reasonable idea for the next arena tournament.
How much is your uranium insurance?
800 at level 59.
Wow, yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Do that
Yeah,
all day,
lucky.
all night.
Yeah,
How much is
1700
everybody
something to me.
else's? How much is everybody else's uranium insurance?
Yeah, mine's 2,500, but I'm at
Oh.
83, so.
Mine's
I
the
got
same.
17 or something.
Yeah, 2480 is mine.
Mine's 190 at 1,090.
And you just didn't somebody on here just like level up and now they have to pay more? Or maybe that was somebody that was on my Twitch stream, so maybe I'm just confused. Because there was somebody I know that I was talking to, actually I think it might have been Captain, but he, I think it was him, he said he just leveled up and so his uranium cost went up. We lost Tezza. Well, alright. Well, anybody else have anything else they wanted to add about the, oh, he's on his own account now. Nice. So, is anything anybody else wanted to know or ask or talk about regarding the Forsaken Arena? I mean, just out of curiosity, me personally, I'm kind of curious what everybody's leaderboards look like. You know, the guy who's in first place or the top 10 or anything like that. You know, I'm just kind of curious.
Mine is the exact same as yours, Price. Zeus for quite a while was number 1 all of yesterday, but it's kind of changed. But mine's exactly the same as yours.
Well, I'm looking at my leaderboard now. We've got 25k. The next one's 18, 14, 10, 10, 10, 9.
In my bracket, 25,000 wouldn't be in the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't spent very much time on it, and maybe these guys haven't either.
Yeah.
I'll go to his base, see what level he is.
Oh, it looks like some guys on here are sharing their screens. I see Joel's sharing his number 1 is at 56,000, and then number 2 is only at 24. So that number 1 guy's definitely securing his position. I see Horatio's got Justin Bieber. I've had to face him in combat. He beat me. I did not win. He's got 32,000 in first place. Wow. And that's the Evil Kiwi is in fourth place now. But your first place guy's in 53,000.
Yeah, I've come across him a couple of times. He's been using one Nighthawk with his fleet, and he actually messaged me and says, "Sorry that I killed your fleet. Using one Nighthawk's a bit nasty."
You know, isn't that funny how people just feel like they just, you know, it's not enough that you know, they can't just be happy that they won. They got to make sure you're miserable, or try to make sure you're miserable. It's not good enough to just be happy they won.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, right? Jeff.
Yes.
Have a look on my screen. I can actually see your picture as people you may know.
Oh.
We got some mutual friends, buddy. Huggies, Andrew, and Andre.
Yeah, Matt Copeland, yeah, and Stephen W.
And yeah. We were actually friends at once. I know it wasn't you. It was Ben. I was friends with Ben, and he got rid of me when that shipyard glitch thing where you could go see people's all the ships.
Oh,
he got rid of me then.
You know, I regarding that you know, because I got probably, you know, a couple hundred, maybe, I don't know, maybe 300 friends, people, you know, send me friend requests, and you know, and I do feel bad that I can't be friends with everybody, but quite honestly, when it comes to relocating time, you know, and you can't find your alliance on your list, then it's a problem. You got too many people down there, you know what I mean? And I mean, it is nice, very nice convenience to be able to, you can only have 100 people in the base viewer now. So they knocked that down. So basically, you know, if you got somebody in your alliance to say, hey, take a look at my base, or one of your friends said, hey, take a look at my base and tell me what you think, and they're not down there, you know, it's a problem. So I do apologize.
That's when you're in the gunboat.
Yeah, you know, but if you're in a bubble, and you're still repairing your guard or whatnot, you don't want to pop, you know what I mean? And
someone else to open it.
Yeah, that's true. You can always get somebody else to pick it. Or if they're in a bubble too, it's still a problem. But
yeah. But how do you screen share? I'm new at all this.
Well, if you put your mouse on the screen, on the Hangout screen, and then if you look to the icons all the way on the left side, the second one down is called Screen Share. It's a little green monitor picture with an arrow. You can click on that, and then a white dialog box will come up, and it'll give you the option of different monitors or different windows. So you can open up Screen Share just a window, or you can share a whole monitor screen, whatever you want to do.
Okay. See if this works.
It says you're screen sharing something. I see me.
I've got the tournament. I've got the leaderboard up.
Yeah. Well, oh, there it goes. I see your first place guy is a 47,000, just about 48,000. Yeah. So it sounds like there's a lot of people out there that are working quite a bit. You know, I just can't put the hours in, and it seems to me. I mean, what do you guys think about the point structure now? The way they're doing the scoring. I mean, because now you can get points whether you win or lose, and there's no more win-loss ratio either. They don't really tell you what your win-loss ratio is. I had somebody ask me, and I'm like, I don't know what it is.
I think that's good for the lower level guys with poor fleets. At least they can pull something out of it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good thing. I mean, like I said, I've only done 3 matches, but I've lost all 3, but I'm still getting points.
Yeah.
And also being reminded that I lost 3, it's a little demoralizing. So not being able to see that lose ratio is kind of nice.
It's a lot better than the previous arena combat when you only got points for winning. Now you got points for losing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I, you know, I was kind of curious, you know, when they came out with the Facebook, I'm sorry, on the post on the forums, the KIXEYE forums, they had, it was kind of confusing the way they were talking about the scoring, because it sounded like you could get 100%, 100 points for 100%ing your enemy, which gave you a kill streak, which that was like 100, and then there was like 125 and 150. Yeah, at first I was wondering if you actually got like a bonus you know, 100-point bonus for 100%ing an enemy, you know. But apparently it's not quite that way. I've learned. I've actually, so far, my best kill streak has actually been 14, using just my subs. But I've been doing pretty well. I got some guys that I run into that I kind of cringe every time I run into because I haven't beat them yet. But there's definitely a lot of talented players out there. Well, I guess, did anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about Forsaken Arena tournament related, or?
I've got one question. If you relocate during this tournament, what happens then? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I do actually. You actually don't move. You stay in the same bracket. You know, if you can actually, if you're an alpha and you join a bracket in alpha and you relocate to epsilon, you're still going to compete with those guys in alpha. It's just, you know, how when you look on the leaderboard, you can click on a player's name, it takes you to their base. Obviously, it's not going to take you to their base because they're in a different world, but they're still in your set, so that part's not going to change. So relocating doesn't put you in a whole other set.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. You're locked in wherever you start. You're locked in.
Oh, good.
I don't know for sure, but it seems like on the group structuring, it seems like the people that are chomping at the bit to get in are going to be in the same group. So my advice is next time wait 12 hours and maybe not have to compete against guys that are getting so many points.
Yeah, but you know, that's kind of a tough one, right? Because this time they gave you that free first battle, which has a 24-hour cooldown. So I haven't had my first free battle yet today. I know on Thursday I tried to get it as soon as I could, which I don't think was till like 6 o'clock. And then yesterday I don't think I got around to it till a bit later. And but so today I haven't had access to it yet. So probably when I get back on tonight and I start streaming again, hopefully I'll have access to that free battle. But I haven't had mine yet today. So you know, I just think if you wait too long, there's a chance you may end up missing out on one of the free battles. But
well, I figured with all the glitches gone, it'd be a lot easier this time around to get a prize for someone who doesn't doesn't cheat, who plays the legit way.
Yeah, the glitches aren't gone. There's just different ones.
Yeah, I've found that. There's actually a couple. There's that base hitting one, and I seen one about an hour ago. A guy went into his base, come out about 20-30 seconds later with the repaired fleet, because I killed his fleet.
You sure that wasn't?
I'll say if it's 20 to 30 seconds later, he could possibly have just coin healed it and relaunched.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
now Archie in the chat over there, he said he's currently ranked 117. If you are in the elite, then the top 125 players will all get a ship. If you're in the top 65, then you can get 2. But at 117, you're still in line to get 1.
You have to be a ranked cat. I think it's lieutenant commander or higher.
Yeah. So if you're in the elite, yeah. Now if you're in the normal brackets,
I don't know the ranking system. I'm a veteran captain.
Well, veteran captain, that means you're in the elite bracket. So you're in the running for a warbird.
Okay. Well, it does say in my tournament leaderboard. It says it doesn't say anything about the 125 like you were saying. It says rank 26 to 65 gets 2 warbirds, but it doesn't say the next one for 1.
All right, I just put up on my screen right here. That way, you know, everybody can see. Basically, veteran, lieutenant, and better. Originally, it was supposed to be captain or better in the elite bracket, and then veteran, lieutenant, and lower were in normal. But they changed the veteran, lieutenant. They moved it up to elite bracket.
Actually, they never really did change it. Just Rooster forgot to mention it.
Well, yeah. Well, what I thought I had read was he wasn't aware that it was that way either. But
it's still his job to be aware of that stuff before he announces it.
I'm
sorry. In my opinion, he's 0 for 3.
Okay, he's 0 for 3. Ouch. But, anyway, yeah. So looking at this one right here, like I said, now if you're in the normal bracket, the top 10 players can win an Atlas carrier, the blueprint, and that's just a standard blueprint. So you can build them till up to 120 ships. You know, you can build Atlas carriers if you want. But if you're in the elite brackets and you're going for a unique blueprint, and when it says Warbird carry times 4, that just basically gives you 4 limited blueprints, which allows you to build 4 hulls, period. Okay, you can't build any more than that. If you're in the top 125, you're going to get 1 limited blueprint, which just means you can only build 1 Warbird. All right, so hopefully that's kind of clear now, I guess.
I'm hoping in arenas to come, they will. I know that they're getting better and better each time, but I just think if they just made it a little bit more clearer, either from clicking those leaderboards within game, so people actually know what they're going for. Because I was seeing posts on the forums where people had no idea what bracket they were in and what they're actually aiming to go for. So if you just clicked on, like you said, like the little icon top right hand corner, it showed a picture of either an Atlas carrier or the Warbird to the top left. That's what you're aiming for. But it just seems like a lot of people are still unsure as to what they're going for. So I think going forwards, I think in the next arena they need to make it a little more clearer.
Yeah, maybe I can actually pull up on my screen too and share my screen real quick. If you think it'll help, I can do this real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I got my game loading up right now, so let me stop this share and open up a new one.
I like what Joel typed in.
Did you want the...
Oh, it's funny. My base was just under attack.
It wasn't me, Price. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it's funny. As soon as I pulled this up, I'm being attacked. But let me see if I...
Can we watch it?
Yeah, let's watch Space Attack real quick.
Y'all want to watch me get smushed?
As soon as you started the stream, I was under attack as well, but it was just mag guns with a bunch of skirmishers being a smartass.
All right, let's see if I can click this allow button without moving my boat. All right.
Should be able to.
Yep, it moved a little bit. But yeah, he's going for it.
Oh no, you're a filthy rotten driver. Oh my god.
He did. Yeah, now I'm a driver.
That's fucking my dog.
He did spare my dock, but yeah, my base is pretty much toast.
Well,
I got
you
like 9 launchers
yourself
too.
there at the start, Price, when you said you hadn't been attacked for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I'm making this guy famous right now. This is like completely unscripted, everybody. So everybody who's watching on YouTube, this is a rare treat. This is completely and totally unscripted here.
Unless he's watching.
He's using like every new hull in the game too. He's got the Wrath. He's got 2 of the Proto Mastodons in there, maybe more. I don't know. I see the Wrath.
That's it.
I think he might have a Hellhound in there too.
So I think I see a Hellhound at least.
He did have a Super Fortress as well, so he's planning on taking your resources.
He wants that res.
Yeah, I've got res. I'm not worried about res.
Yeah, everyone's a bit full up at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just no one's been stealing it.
I gotta tell you, I love this that Wrath when it does that little 4500 splash thing. Man, I think that is just so freaking cool. He shakes the screen. I think it's awesome.
I've met a couple of them, and yeah, it, like you say, it is awesome. It really is. It's quite surprising how many people I was encountering as I first started, and it was just every other match they started with that. It's like, well, just come and kill me.
Yeah.
I'm totally outclassed and outplayed here straight away.
Well, I can tell you now, I won't be dropping any more small pinches because my launch pad just went away.
Ah.
No more small pinches for me.
I managed to roll the crew where the flight time of the rockets are like 2 seconds, so I had a large pinch anyway, so I was able to win a match by fluke because I had this crew and it was running, and I had a large pinch, so it gave me enough time to travel to him to kill him, but otherwise, yeah, the large pinch I would have had would have been wasted, but it's just using them wisely. But definitely use the crews, they're there for a reason. Definitely use them.
All right. Well, anyway,
so
that's
over.
over.
Saved the dock. I can't even see your dock. Is it outside the island?
Yeah, it's outside. I put it outside. I just figure if the guy's a good sport, they can, they'll leave it alone. If but if somebody wants 100%, they're going to get 100%. You know what I mean?
I also got the dock outside. And 2 out of 20 times they leave the dock. 2 out of 20 times they hit the dock. Otherwise, they leave it.
Someone's got a few coins.
Oh, hey, quit looking at that, man. That's private.
Not anymore. Yeah, not
If it
anymore.
were private, you wouldn't share it with a couple hundred people on YouTube.
Well, I wanted to, okay, if you wanted to see what bracket you're in, let me see. I think you can just click on the icon in the top right of your screen, and okay, it tells you your rank immediately. Yep, it'll tell you what your rank is immediately, and it looks like my free game is free uranium repair is active. I got one more, so my next combat's going to be free. But then you have this.
You should show us then.
I should
go take it to Nighthawks. Are they alive?
No, my Harlocks aren't alive, but yeah, I'm not going to do it.
You said you've been using your Nighthawks.
Yeah, I have, but I'm not going to do that right now.
We're all interested to see.
Well, I put that on my stream, man. People want to see that, they'll watch my stream.
I watch the stream every now and then. I just don't have the time because obviously there's a huge time difference, and every now and then, well, not every now and then, every day I get an email from you saying that you're gone live.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm either at work or sleeping.
Well, anyway, what I wanted to show, if you're curious about what bracket you were in, if you were in a normal bracket or an elite bracket, basically you click on the little Forsaken Arena Tournament icon up in the top right of your screen, and you use this to open up. I mean, it tells you your rank right here, so that should be the first thing you're looking at. Okay, but if you're still not sure, because if you're not familiar with the rank system, and you're still not sure, you can click on the icon on the right side where it says tournament rank 45 out of 250, and you have a little icon to the right of it. You click on that, and on the top left hand, if it shows a warbird there and it shows the badge, then you know you're in the elite bracket. If it shows an Atlas carrier, and it's probably an icon for a crew or something over here next to it, but you're going to see an Atlas carrier there. That means you're in the normal bracket. And if you're in the normal bracket, only the top 10 players can get a hull. The whole blueprint. So
I think that's the thing that they need to make a little bit more clearer, because the button isn't very obvious that it's a button, so people are still. It seems like they're unaware as to how they'd even figure this out. So even if they just click on the arena button at the top, even if it had like a sub bit at the bottom which just showed and told people exactly what's what, because it just seems like there's miscommunication still during this.
Yeah. All right. Well, does anybody else have anything non-Forsaken Arena Tournament related that you wanted to go over?
I have a Seawolf build I've been playing with.
I think a lot of people are always interested in the Seawolf builds, Horatio. So it's probably now that one there. Obviously not. That's not instant repair. So I don't know how many people would really be interested in that, but generally the instant repair boats are the ones that get most people. Oh, there you go. There's an instant repair one, 550. But at the 550, if you put Steel 1 on there, it goes up to 600, and it's a little bit of armor. Obviously, it's another 50 armor points, but that would still be instant repair without an officer. And if you do have an officer on your dock, you can go up to Steel 2, and that will take your armor points up to 660. Which, with the officer, that takes 10% off, so it reduces it by 66 seconds, which makes it instant repair again during an event.
I have a Master Fixer, yes.
Yeah, so if you have the Master Fixer, then you can go up to Steel 2. And really, you just want to keep your armor points under 660, and that's because it's a 100% repair modifier. If ever they change that repair modifier on the Seawolf to something else, then you could probably get away with a lot more armor. But
I've watched a video yesterday. I'm not sure what side it was on. There's this guy, he built BCs. There were R10 BCs, and he had two 55Z missiles, one Phalanx C and one Hail 3, I think it was. And he killed 65 elites with it. He ordered 40s, he ordered 34s.
Wow.
It was an awesome little fleet.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of really creative people. I mean, when there's a will, there's a way. If you kind of get the right kind of guidance. Now, building for the AI, building for Killinger extract bases and all that, it's really, really easy. It doesn't really get terribly complicated unless you're fighting other players. When you start getting into PvP, the builds get a lot more complex. But I guess most people probably realize that already. and probably play accordingly, I think. A guy named Grubby is asking me, what about arena problems? I'm not exactly sure what's going on, because I know Cena said something about arena problems earlier too in the chat, Cinnabon, and but I'm not exactly sure what arena problems are referring to.
I had one earlier this morning where before the end of battle, and it was a close one, before the end of battle my ships were dancing, and you know where you don't see any missiles actually hit, they just keep cruising over. So I logged out, logged back in, and I got apparently I lost. But besides that, I haven't experienced any problems per se.
Does it take a long time for you to log into the thing? Like it looks for a minute and 40 seconds to find an opponent for me. Is it the same for you, Taz?
Sometimes it's 20 seconds, sometimes it's over a minute. It depends on when I click it, I suppose. Because I think it goes on a 2-minute loop, so it just keep going every 2 minutes. So whether or not you log in or not, it's still going that 2 minutes. So if you log in at the right time, it might be at 11 seconds or it might be at 1 minute and 59 seconds. So it just depends.
If you work all that out, like the 40-minute bullseye crew, you spent like 15 minutes waiting.
Yeah.
But if they did it any other way, I think it'd just be a pain in the butt. Because say if they had no time limit, as soon as there's a match for you, they go in. Well, how many people, have just waited for half an hour trying to get one during a non-event time, right? Where you just go and do other things whilst you're waiting in queue.
Yeah, I honestly don't really play Forsaken Arena. It's quite fun, but quite honestly, for me, it just seems like I get on and there's so many chores to do. I just, I'm either doing chores or repairing boats. So.
Yeah, too many chores.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just finished doing my Forsaken mission, so I'm doing that in between doing this as well. So, and I've hit like my first base in what feels like about a month. I've been building a Kodiak fleet, and I've actually hit a base finally, and it's been a long time.
Fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Miss playing the game, right?
Hitting a base is like the game's stress ball. You got all these chores and projects and jobs and crap to do. You can go finally smash someone's base. Like, oh, it felt so good.
Oh yeah.
But in saying that with the chores and stuff, and it seems to be noted with Kickstarter, it's worth mentioning that the question and answer answers are now on the forums where they've questions. So it's worth going through there when you've got a minute to go through the.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that as
well. They are aware that people are stressing about the amount of chores that we're having to do. Is it ever sort of stopping because people still asking for when's this going to happen, when's that going to happen, so that it kind of tells Kickstarter that people want this sort of content here and now. So I can't ever see any of this sort of stopping anytime.
Nick, I did read part of the Ask Me Anything that Doom Rooster posted, and I didn't realize when I read it that there was only part one, or there was 3 parts. I only had read the part 1, and I know some of that kind of stuff is covered in there. Like if they ever plan on bringing the chores in, trying to bring them in a little bit, because a lot of people were saying that it's just so overwhelming they don't get to play the game anymore. But which is that to me is a problem. So I'm looking forward to reading part 2 and 3. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I definitely encourage everybody who's watching this video to go onto the forums and look in the general discussion area and look for the Ask Me Anything. I understand that's 3 parts.
Yeah, they still keep it at the top of the forums.
Yeah, you kind
I
of.
wonder if any of you guys remember that when they were doing the change in build times, the change in ranges, the changes in damages for all weapons, all types and stuff, and they said they were going to go through and do, I think they were doing specials or armor next or something like that to make things more relevant. When are they going to continue with that? Because that's just another unfinished thing that they've done, and that was actually helpful for everybody, especially the new people, and even for us. Like we still use E armor, for example, or missile defense armor. They did all the, everything from a cutlass missile all the way up to, siege missiles, and then they stopped. And that was going in the right direction back then, when they increased power and decreased build times and all that kind of stuff, and then they just stopped. What was the point of starting that?
I don't know. as far as weapons are concerned, I think they're doing good for now. There's plenty of weapons that can sit there and smash just about anything with the proper build. But from my
Yeah, but
understanding,
that's not what I
mostly.
mean.
Oh.
They went from that, and then they were going to go components, and they were going to do armor. They were going to go right through, and they just stopped.
Yeah, I was gonna say because from what I can tell, they switched gears to fixing the repair and build times, which honestly I'd prefer them to do that anyways. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, I know what this new officer thing that they're talking about doing now that's supposed to roll here this coming up week, the 3rd.
Yeah. So, well, I see. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I mean, there's other things that they've done that I think, like, I keep going back to the defense platforms. You know, it's 10 days to go to a level 5 platform from level 4. I think is ridiculous, and I personally would not like to be able to defend my base again. Right now, I mean, you can kind of tell. I just pull boats out of my. I just try to knock some dust off of some boats, and I just throw them on my guard. Nothing in there is current. Nothing's in there is proper. Or anything. I mean, it's just stuff that was effective once upon a time, and I still have them. I haven't scrapped them yet, so I put them in my base guard. You know, and it seems like it keeps most people from hitting multiple bases anyway. So, you know, I would like to be able to have a nice base defense, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about a guard until I can get the rest of the base caught up. You know, I'm not putting armor or anything like that on any of my defense platforms until I can get them up to 5. Once I get them up to 5, then I'll go ahead and adjust them out. But it's just, you know, when you got 16 turrets at 10 days apiece, that's 160 days. If all I did and never got hit, it would take 6 months. I mean, you know what I mean? Well, I guess 160 days, not 6 months, but it's 5 months. You know?
Yeah. You know, but as Nick was saying, yeah, they did switch gears from changing the components and whatnot, but again, I'd rather they sit there and focus on these repair times at the moment. Because, you know, spending a day and a half to repair one fleet is, in my opinion, a little long.
It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I'm not building that fleet. I won't build a fleet that's going to take that long to repair. I won't do it. Because I just, you know, I already spend all week repairing boats from doing the chores. You know what I mean? I barely have any time to repair stuff for hitting bases or, you know.
Like right now,
track bases or anything. I don't get to hit. I don't hit enough track bases. I'd like to hit more of those, but I can't because I got to keep my boats repaired for my chores. So
especially what I've been doing. I sit there, do the missions Monday, repair and get as much repair as I can for Tuesday, and then repair everything and send them out again on Friday. Missions and dredges. That's all I'm repairing for recently.
Do you guys use your phones or computers at work to start the next repair?
Yeah, I do.
I got it on my phone.
Yeah.
I got no idea on how to do that. I'm a noob on how to switch a computer on. That's it.
and yet, Kix, I still have managed to, you know, give you a bit of drugs, and you got hooked, and now you're stuck on this game.
Badly hooked.
Cthulhu asked in the chat if I knew anything else about a level 11 Intel lab. I don't. I'm upgrading my labs just in case it's required, but I don't know anything else.
I was lucky enough to upgrade that when it first came out. As soon as it came out, I just upgraded them.
Yeah.
I think it's worth noting that it's worth doing every single lab to the highest level possible because you just never know what's going to come around the corner that's going to require that. So
well, you need them all up to get Intel lab up, or no, what was it? One of the labs up. Yeah. Which was the one that you needed all of them for?
Well, intelligence lab. Yeah, you have to have the intelligence to get the intelligence lab to 11. You have to do your naval academy, your weapons lab, and your advanced lab, all to 11.
So what does the smaller guy do that can't upgrade everything to 11 yet? Does he not get that officer?
You know, that was kind of my argument too. I didn't like the idea, you know, of this repair specialist. You know, this repair specialist is supposed to be for specific calls. So, and it mentioned something like it being accessed through the intelligence lab, and I don't know if that means that it's going to be like a researchable type of thing. And I don't know how high up your lab has to be. Maybe for whatever hull it is that you're trying to get a specialist for. You know, maybe if you have the intelligence lab upgraded to a certain point, you can go to a certain extent with the repair specialist. I really don't know. I haven't heard anything else myself, though.
My biggest concern is how much uranium it's going to cost for everything.
Yeah, the way I read it, or the way I understand it, is that there isn't just going to be one of these officers? Like it'll be one at first for maybe
each one will
a
be all
boat that you
specific.
choose.
Yeah, it'll be all
Yeah,
specific.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way they can milk all the money out of you.
My understanding was they were actually releasing these in packs.
Yeah, it'll be packs. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So what,
I'm
Missile
worried
Cruiser
about
and
how
Missile
much
Cruiser
it will
X, for
cost.
example.
I couldn't hear either one of you. What was that?
Sorry.
Krister?
Like,
Yeah, I wonder how much it will cost. They say the first one is free, but how much uranium will next pack cost?
I think I'm really kind of expecting that's going to determine how successful that is. Quite honestly.
If they want to keep it successful, it won't cost any uranium if they really want it successful.
Yeah. And Tessa, what were you
Well,
going to say?
I'm thinking it.
Oh.
The groupings, I imagine they're going to be like Missile Cruiser and Missile Cruiser X as one group, just the two ships, which is kind of pointless because who's going to cruise around with Missile Cruisers?
Hey,
Yeah, especially if they've got Missile Cruiser X's.
don't mess with my missile cruisers.
I have Missile Cruisers too, with Torrent Missile 2s all through them. I've got a full fleet of them. But
I thought I was the only one with those.
They'll be one of the first ones to get scrapped when I finally hit that 120.
But didn't they also say that it goes by rank? So I'm thinking that the higher the rank, the less it would cost to for that repair guy to research or whatnot.
Yeah, well, I understand it's the higher your rank is, the less time it will take.
Yeah, that's your repair modifier. Yeah, your repair modifier is going to be adjusted to the rank of the ship, the VXP level.
See, this is the perfect reason why Kickstarter need to be more thorough in explanations, because, okay, they're telling us that this wonderful new thing's coming out, which only a small percentage of people actually understand, and even those people, they're not 100% sure that what they think is happening is actually going to be what's going to happen. So if they were more clear, people could at least go, okay, we'll wait it out, see how it goes. I'm sick of repair times. I'm like Price. I've been watching his videos just to see how to do things cheaper. Because I don't plan on coining. I'm not going to start building those Hellhounds or the new Grimwrath. I've got them. I don't have the Grimwrath, but I've got the Hellhounds and all that. I'm not going to bother building them. It's bad enough having to repair my Spada DNXs after my weekly missions. The only thing I repair is if raids or if I happen to want to do a few bases, I might repair fleets that way. And most of the time I just finish off builds, but every now and then, like when I got my Grimshrine Berserker finally, I coined that outright, and same with the Phantom Nighthawk, I just coined that outright. But I'm not going to coin anywhere near as much these days because it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I won't coin repairs at all personally, because to me, I don't believe in competing with my wallet, and I don't mind coining. Like I very much, I do like giving Kixeye, I do like supporting their company because I'm a really big fan of the game, but there's certainly I won't give them. I'll give them gold for speed ups on like with my boat, but I won't coin repairs unless it's an event. To win a blueprint, that's the only time I coin repairs. But when it's halftime. But when it's regular time repairs, I generally won't do it. I did it that one time during the Snowfall campaign, and you know what? I still haven't recovered from that, even though it's been over a week since I've done that campaign. I have not caught up on repairs since, and so I won't do that anymore. I don't know how people. I mean, when I started seeing how rapidly my gold balance was descending and how fast, just off of coining like 2 or 3 fleet repairs, I'm like, holy crap, man! I don't know how people do that every day. I just don't get it. Well, if anybody got anything else, I mean, going once, going twice, going 3 times, because we do need to wrap it up. We are already 9 minutes over. Anything else?
Completely random. I found Kixeye on Steam by accident.
Well, they had Tome on there. They did have Tome on there, but I don't know if
there.
Okay. Well, I know there's not support in Tome anymore, so.
Nope, they're still charging you for it. They got 2 DLCs on.
Wow.
The game itself is free, but you can go buy DLC for it.
Hard that. Well, Well, I guess if that's it, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. You know, we had a really great panel. Everybody contributed very well on the show today. I'm very thankful for that. Usually it's a problem. So everybody on here did a really, really great job, and I hope you guys come back again. We just had Brad. Brad, I'm sorry, buddy, but we're out of here. All right. All right, I'm out of here too. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and close it out for now. If ever you want to get more information on the Thursday night shows or the Hangouts, I'm sorry, the Roundtable shows, you can always visit our Facebook group page at bp.battlevortex.tv. Just pop that in your address bar, and you can get tons of information there. We have the little events button up there. You can always click that to get information on specific events like our shows. You know, we do have a tendency to open up our Hangouts, Google Hangouts for you know, after shows and stuff like that, and so feel free to check us out.
And if anyone wants to watch Price in the first episode, it's like number 80, and he's wearing a Cox hat.
Oh yeah, and just if you work for a company called Cox, don't wear the hat, okay? It's because not everybody here, you know, is familiar with the company, and you know, you won't get away with it. Is all I'm trying to say.
Price is a married man. He doesn't like Cox.
That's right. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye.
Carry on.
Right.